Hello, friends, and welcome to day 38 of 90, the video challenge to start 2020 on the right foot.
Now, we are doing a take two because the last time
Here we go.
Rockford was just talking to me and he did the edit and he goes, "Look at your hair, it's crazy." So I made him look at it before we started this time.
Your hair looks good.
And what we talked about right after he introduced is that we are doing the 90-day challenge for the end of the year and gearing up. And in 2020, our format will be different. It will not be daily. It will be in different formats, and we'll get to that later.
Okay. Yeah. Your hair looks beautiful, honey.
It's not sticking straight up.
Yeah. It was almost, there's something about Mary moment.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was like, whoop.
And what was crazy is that he was looking at me for the whole however many minutes and never saw it.
I'm looking at your eyes.
Oh, sure you are.
I'm looking into your soul.
Yeah.
Something like that. So, anyway, yeah, day 38. And it's also day 5 of the Draw the Circle prayer challenge. I hope that you guys are doing this with us. I hope that you're into getting something out of it. So, yeah. See, doing this twice, it makes my brain tired.
You'll get out of what you invest into it.
So
the
day 5.
You're just trying to cut me off.
Excuse me.
The more that you invest into it, the more that God will show up. The more that you'll be able to hear him, because he doesn't have a speaking problem. You have a hearing problem.
Am I good now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And to you, Rockford.
Yeah, let's pitch it back to me. The base verse for today's lesson is Habakkuk 2:2. And what he wrote in the book was write down the revelation. And we'll get to that in a minute, but I think there's a little bit more in this verse that we need to touch on.
So if you're reading the NLT version, it says, "Then the Lord said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets so that a runner can carry the correct message to others."
When you look at this over several different versions of this word, ESV, NIV, NLT, CSB, I mean, the list goes on and on. The thing to take away from it is that Habakkuk had a vision. And then what God asked him to do was write it plainly on the tablets so that it could be distributed without losing its purpose. So that's ultimately what this is about. Write it down, is writing things down so that you don't forget the purpose, that you don't forget what it is that what point you're at right now. Mark puts in this that his favorite saying is, the shortest pencil is longer than the longest memory. I know that for me, I like to think that I have a good memory. Sometimes I don't. I can remember when the kids were small, my folks used to go, "Hey, you need to get school pictures." And then, at the time, whenever the kids are young, you're trying to just make ends meet. It's tough. And I said on several occasions, "Why do I need pictures? I know what they look like." Looking back, I probably wish I would have gotten some of those pictures. It's not that I don't have the memory, but it's not as clear to me as it is when you look at a picture. So in the same way, when we converse with God, when we spend time in prayer with God, it's good to write it down because it helps us remember. And that being said, you started journaling, 2014, 2015?
Yeah, and there's different ways of journaling too. So I started journaling in an Evernote folder, so that's on my tablet, in like January, February of 2014. But then I actually, whenever I started the challenge in June of 2014, I actually started writing it in a journal.
And I started writing in 2015. She'd gotten me a journal, and it didn't start as easily for me. I sort of struggled. You can see that back in the beginning of my prayer journals. It'd be like 2 months in between it, or 3 months, and then 1 month, and then maybe a week. And so it just eventually I was able to get to a point where I was writing in it every day. So tell us a little bit about your journaling style.
Well, Rockford used to say that I was like J.K. Rowling's because I just write and write and write, and I can fill up 15, 20 pages in a day. And it would be like, I have had just times where like 4 o'clock in the morning, I feel like I got to get up and I've got to go and write. And I've had one of those within the last week. And I just write down everything that I feel like I'm hearing from God, or feel like I need clarity on, am I hearing this? I write down just random words, names, situations, just almost like taking notes, praying through.
Yeah.
And some pages, it'll just be things that I'm just circling.
Yeah. I like to go back and look through my prayer journals. So every
What's your
so
style?
often, me?
Yeah.
I just write out my prayers. It's just conversational. It's sort of me just blabbing off to the Lord.
I think that's the interesting thing with the male brain and the female brain. Because you're just like, I'm just having a conversation. And for women, I'm just like this and this and this. And God's going, okay, yep, I got it.
Once I got into it, it has become an important part of my day. It was interesting. There was a time, the first part of this year, for whatever reason, my journal had gotten lost. And I was looking for it. And it was probably over the course of 2 weeks, and long enough that I went and bought another one and had started writing in that. But I was like, I miss that. I miss being able to write these things down. I miss being able to have this conversation in the morning. And I was really surprised by that. But back to what I was saying before, there are times that I'll go back and I'll look at different parts of prayer journals. I'll just get the journal and I'll just flip it open and start looking at dates and go, oh, hey, here's the date. And then I'll read a little bit about what was in it. And I can tell peaks and valleys in my life. I can tell, sort of what I was going through at the time. It brings back memories. It's really similar to looking at those pictures whenever your kids are younger. Or even whenever you were younger. Have you ever looked at pictures whenever you were a kid? Mm-hmm. And you go, oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And so that's what looking through these journals does. And so it's become a very important part of my relationship with the Lord. So.
Okay.
Are you done? Did you check out?
No, I didn't check out. I'm just waiting for you to throw it back to me. What's the next thing?
Okay. I went to the wrong day. I'm sorry. I got in there. I remember the other thing I was going to say a second ago. So he talks about in today's thing about carrying his journal with him all the time. And he'll write things down as they happen or as the Lord impresses upon him. And I've never done that. My journal has always stayed at the desk. And it's funny because, you can ask anybody that lives in this house and they're like, that's Dad's area. Don't mess with it. Occasionally they'll come down and steal my pen or something. And it's a thing.
It's a drama.
When that happens. I prefer the term thing. Anyway.
Oh, goodness.
So today I took it with me.
Yeah.
And just sort of had thought, you know what? If I can take it with me, maybe there'll be something that'll come up and I can write it down. And I didn't have an opportunity while I was at work today, but I was out working on a job site, trying to finish up a project and get things done. I was stressed, I was worried, just frustrated at some stuff. And so, and I got done with all of that and I got back in the truck before I went back to the office. I pulled out that book and I just wrote down, thank you for being with me today. Because it gave me a moment to remember that God's with us in all these situations. And so I couldn't think of anything that I had done there in that course of several hours that I was really thankful for, that I really felt like I was going to pray about. But I did say thank you for just being with me today. So tomorrow is shameless audacity.
Mm-hmm.
So
are you ready for me to talk about my write it down and then flip it to our new
You're a
news?
lot less talkative this time.
Well, I alluded to our news today midway through the last time, and you're like, yeah, we're going to get to that here in a little bit. So are we there?
I guess we are now.
Okay, so with me writing down, whenever I did it, he didn't do it. Whenever I did the Draw the Circle challenge in the summer of 2014, one of the things that I prayed about was our family, and for our family to be healed and our family to move forward and to build our testimony. And so today, on November 8th, we got to see some of that plant start to poke through the ground. So like I said before in the previous one, it's not that it's come to fruition, but that it is coming out of the ground and it's going to go wherever God sends it. So that's exciting.
It is exciting. You've been waiting.
Yeah.
So basically our news for this evening is that several months ago, we were able to go to Life Church and join up with 3 other blended family couples and spend a day and a half shooting video about blended families. 4 very unique couples. I was really thankful to get to know them, but it's being done to develop some curriculum for Life Church to use to help encourage blended families. In the church today, there's not a whole lot of information, encouragement, help, or understanding in blended families. And it's just not something that the church has ever really focused on. And that's part of why we do this. That's part of why Broken to Beautifully Blended exists, is to help encourage blended families, to let you know that you're not doing this by yourself. You're not the only ones that face issues with blended families. And so it's been a long time coming. We've been sort of keeping it under wraps. But
it has been a long time coming, and we have not really talked to anybody other than our Sunday night group and just told them that we were doing the project, didn't really go into details. And then we also told our family, our parents. And it is an encouragement. It's an encouragement to blended families, because in the church, it's not that it's not really talked about. It's almost like it's taboo. Like people don't know how to address it. And Rockford noticed that in our comment section on the video that we're in, there is somebody that's being very negative about, this is what the Bible says about being remarried. And that is the example of why the material is needed, because there are so many people that don't understand how to engage and encourage blended families. It's one of those that if you're able to successfully have one marriage your entire life, that is the plan. That is awesome. But if you have a divorce for whatever reason it is, and you are remarried, that is a perfect example of grace. It was intended to be perfect, and it didn't. And so grace to show you how to come from ashes to what God wanted you to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, God had a perfect plan for marriage, but we're not perfect people. God had a perfect plan for the world, but we are not perfect people. And if there's one thing that we are excited to be able to do in this particular realm, in this particular format, is to encourage you and to let you know that there are people that love the Lord, that have Christ at the center of their families, and they're attending church, and they're facing the same struggles that you are, same struggles that we are. You guys saw a couple of days ago, I mean, we just came on and did a video and said it's been a horrible day. But that's life. That's the way things go. And
if it was a great day every day, you wouldn't believe anything we said.
That's probably true. People may not believe us anyway.
That's okay.
So anyway, it's out on YouVersion. If you have the YouVersion Bible app and you do Bible plans, you can search for Blend. You can search for marriage and family and all that stuff too, but it's called Blend: Strengthen Your Family. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So it's very cool. We were very, very excited to be a part of it. We're so thankful that Life Church allowed us to be a part of it. So thank you to them.
And we were so encouraged and just filled up going to Life Church and working with all of the people that were on our shoot from the beginning until, today. They've all been amazing. And you'll see in our video, one of the things that they did is they actually reached out to Mark Batterson, who wrote the Draw the Circle book, and told him a little bit about our story. And so the Draw the Circle is in the lesson from Life Church, and we actually received a handwritten note from Mark Batterson that was very encouraging as well. So it's interesting to see once you start writing something down where God can take it.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, if you'd like some help finding the videos, be sure to reach out to us and we will help you find them. We're going to link to them in this video, so you'll be able to see them that way. And then I'll have to figure out how to do it, but we'll do a link to the Bible plan as well. And so if you would, watch them, like them, and share them. Share these videos, share this channel. This is what we're here for. We're here to help you. We're here to encourage you. We're here to just sort of be transparent with you about the things that we deal with as a blended family. Mm-hmm. So, all right. It's also the 8th. So it's time for our November 8th thankfulness.
Yep.
You went first last night. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go first this time.
Yeah.
So I am thankful for God's hand in travel, for safe travel. My dad and my stepmom traveled to the Gulf Coast this week to see some friends. And I always worry whenever they're on the road, they're getting older and, it's worrisome. What?
Your dad would be so mad if he heard you say that.
Listen, he can't see nothing. I just stand far enough back. He'd just think I was on the phone or something.
He'll be having a birthday pretty quick.
Yeah. No, my dad is great. My stepmom is great. I'm thankful for them. And I'm just thankful that they were able to get down there and that they'll have fun with their friends and hopefully they'll have a safe trip coming back. But I'm thankful for safe travel.
Yep. Well, and my thing is that I'm thankful for every single person that was behind the scenes on the Blend Strengthen Your Family shoot.
Yeah. All right. Tomorrow, day 39, we will be back. Be a little bit different tomorrow, I think. I've got to work late, and so we'll have to figure out how to do our video so that you get one on time. So,
well, we may have to use my setup over there, do a Zoom.
So anyway, we'll figure it out. But tomorrow, day 39, we'll see you then. Have a great night.